Delaware's Superintendent of State Police from 2001 to 2004. Colonel Ford passed away this past week.
Ms. Tanaka, roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Present.
Mr. Hall?
Present.
Mr. Hertz?
Here.
Mr. Pepper?
Here.
Mr. Scott?
Here.
Mr. Sweeney?
Here.
Mrs. Maston?
Here.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 present.
Need a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Pepper. Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
At this point of the agenda, we would ask any members of the audience, if anyone has any public comments on any agenda item that's not covered under a public hearing.
If there's anyone that's joining us online and that would like to make public comments at this time, please indicate by raising your electronic hand or pressing *3 if you're joining us by phone. I see no hands raised, Madam President.
Thank you. At this point, Ms. Tanaka, I believe we have a presentation, but we don't have anyone here to accept it tonight. Could you read the Irish American Heritage Month for Kent County?
Resolution 4095, declaring March as Irish American Heritage Month in Kent County, Delaware. Whereas Irish Americans have played a pivotal role in shaping the fabric of our nation, bringing resilience, creativity, and a deep sense of community. And whereas Irish Americans have left an indelible mark on every facet of American society, from arts to politics, science to labor movements, and whereas hardworking Irish immigrants helped build America's and Delaware's infrastructure, including canals, railroads, and cities. Now therefore be it resolved that the Kent County Levy Court hereby declares the month of March 2025 as Irish American Heritage Month in Kent County, Delaware. Be it further resolved that this resolution be and hereby is incorporated into the official minutes of the March 11th, 2025 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
Thank you, Ms. Tanaka.
Madam President, I make a motion to return back to approval of Levy Court business meeting minutes.
Yes, I need a motion to approve the Levy Court business meeting minutes of Tuesday, February 25th, 2025.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Scott. Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Let the record show 7 yeas.
Madam President, make a motion to approve Levy Court business meeting minutes of Tuesday, February 25th, 2025.
Second motion.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Angel. The next item on the agenda is Resolution 4097, proclaiming the month of March as Procurement Month in Kent County, Delaware. I believe there's a group here for that this evening. Could you come down front? I'm sorry, a little ahead of my schedule. Have a seat real quick. Ms. Tanaka, dear God. Ms. Tanaka, could you read Resolution 4097?
Hold on, Commissioner President Masson. We have to vote on 4095. I don't think we voted on that yet, did we? The Irish Heritage Month? We did vote on that? No. No, we haven't voted, so we have to vote on that resolution before we move to 4097.
It's not a resolution.
It says Resolution 4095 declaring March as Irish American Heritage Month.
That's not what's on our document.
Oh, it's a resolution, needs to be voted on.
Madam President, I'll make a motion to do Resolution 4095.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Tanaka.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Okay. Ms. Tanaka, Resolution 4097 proclaiming the month of March as Procurement Month in Kent County, Delaware. Could you read it, please?
In observance of Procurement Month, Resolution 4097, whereas public procurement plays a vital role in enhancing the efficiency of government and business operations. Beyond purchasing, procurement professionals bring value through contract management, strategic planning, and fostering collaborations, and whereas procurement professionals wield significant economic influence, managing billions in purchasing power. They also promote public trust by ensuring fair bidding practices, transparency, and ethical conduct in government contracting. And whereas the Delaware Public Purchasing Association aligns with the public procurement values established by the National Institute of Governmental Purchasing and acknowledges March as Procurement Month to highlight the pivotal role of procurement professionals in various sectors. Now therefore be it resolved that the Kent County Levy Court does hereby proclaim the month of March 2025 as Procurement Month in Kent County, Delaware, and urge our fellow citizens to recognize the importance of public procurement values such as accountability, transparency, and ethics, and to appreciate the role of procurement professionals in fostering these principles. Be it further resolved that this resolution be incorporated into the official minutes of the March 11th, 2025 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
Move to approve Resolution 4097, Madam President.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sweeney, second by Commissioner Scott. Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
My vote is yes, but you all know that we won't do this excessively, right?
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Now down in front.
You're up.
Thank you. Testing. Well, this is quite an education here for me, and since Mr. Sweeney seems to know all about this organization, I'm going to turn the mic over to him.
Now, this is a national thing, so what you see up here are all people who work for the county or state police, do procurement, there you go. You guys are the meat and bones of the organizations you work for. We appreciate that. We appreciate your diligence because we know that you guys are going to be the ones that are stopping us from overspending. And when you see something that's really out of whack, you're there to stop us and protect us. And we appreciate it very much.
It's great having backup.
I'd just like to say thank you for everything that all of you do on a daily basis. So we appreciate the support.
Since I now know what this is about, I can tell you, when you don't know, you don't know. Seriously, having listened to Commissioner Sweeney and Commissioner Scott, it is quite a privilege to be up here with all of you, and especially with procurement. And you know, as tight as money is and as high as products are, we really appreciate the diligence that you do your job and keeping us with money.
Yeah, government can't exist without our watchdogs. So we appreciate you, and we need you. So don't think you're underappreciated, because you definitely are. Thank you.
I'm going to keep it simple. Thank you for what you do.
Having spent a little bit of time in procurement and supply, I understand everything that's involved, and it's a key part of, keeping us going. Thanks so much.
Congratulations on your recognition tonight.
You want to talk?
I'm good, sir.
You good?
No, I'm good.
No, it's you.
I'm here to support you now. Come on,
Support you too.
So actually, this is just a small portion of our association. We actually have like 40 members throughout the whole state of Delaware, from city, county, state, municipalities. And since this was kind of like a last-minute thing, we were able to grab a few members that live locally to, make sure that we're here to accept this prestigious honor from
Well,
you guys.
thank you very much.
Yes, we are. We're actually having our next chapter meeting here on the 27th.
Well, how nice.
Yeah,
So how many people are in the chapter again?
it's about 40 members, throughout the whole state, all the way down to Bethany Beach, all the way up to Newcastle County, Delaware River and Bay. Yeah, we're all over the place.
Wow.
Yes. It's okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry. I don't
It's
mean to be
okay.
embarrassed.
No,
There you go.
no, not at all. Thank you so much.
It's like to be embarrassed.
See, Marvin, we're all befuddled up here because of that workshop. You should have come in.
Okay, I believe we have no introductions tonight. With that, we're going to start our first public hearing, ordinance LC 2504. Mr. Shepherd?
Good evening, Levy Court Commissioners and staff. I've never done a public hearing like this before, so I'll just give a brief overview of what we're talking about here. Staff was requesting that we update our fee structure to not include or to restrict league play at Bracknell County Park multi-purpose fields. Currently, we restrict that league play on the youth softball fields, and in an effort to protect the ongoing historical identity and family park values that Bracknell Park is well known for, we just want to avoid large-scale, not-for-profit or even for-profit leagues, which are running rampant these days. We do have Kesselring County Park, half a mile down the road, so we have places for that to happen. Bracknell Park should be left to families and walkers and joggers and playgrounds and historical interpretation. Any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Shepherd? Thank you. Since this is a public hearing, is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of Ordinance LC 2504? Please come forward.
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to speak in favor of Ordinance LC 2504, please indicate by raising your electronic hand. I see no hands raised online, Madam President.
Thank you. Is there anyone here who is in opposition to Ordinance LC 2504? Please come forward.
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition to LC 2504, please indicate by raising your electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Thank you. At this point, Commissioner Sweeney, motion, please.
Thanks, President Masson. So the public hearing is now closed. I want to proselytize for a few seconds here. The weather's getting better. I did have an opportunity to take my dog for a walk through Brecknock Park. And one thing I noticed that was really disturbing, good in one way, bad in another, is the people who take their dogs. The dogs do their business in the park. They pick it up with a bag and then throw the bag over in the woods. There's at least 3 places in the woods that there were bags hanging in the briars, and I know it was in the bags. And I just want people to understand that what they're doing is impacting everybody's enjoyment of those parks. Given that, move to approve Ordinance LC 2504, an ordinance amending the Code of Kent County, Volume 1, Chapter 128, Fees, Part 2, Fee Schedule, Article 11, fees enumerated to restrict league play on Brecknock County Park multi-purpose sports fields.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Sweeney, a second by Commissioner Angel. Roll call.
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, 7 yeas, no opposition. Moving to the next one, Resolution 4090. Mr. Hertz?
Yeah, I'll turn it over to Miss Diana.
Good evening, Commissioners. This hearing tonight for Resolution 4090 is being conducted for the purpose of giving the citizens of the county the opportunity to present testimony before Levy Court. All statements shall be made from the podiums at the front of the room or virtually. For the record, please state your name and address, after which you will be given an oath of affirmation. After everyone has had the opportunity to speak, the hearing will be closed and Levy Court will take the action it deems appropriate. Levy Court's decision will be based on the public hearing testimony, recommendations of staff, and the recommendations of the Kent County Regional Sewer Advisory Board. This resolution is an extension of Kent County Sewage Disposal District Number 1 for 12 parcels in various sewer areas, known as Burtonwood Village, Double Run, Frederica West area, and Magnolia North. The resolution will formally add the properties to Kent County Disposal District Number 1. There are 5 maps showing the properties. And if Mark will help me out, we'll try and scroll through them. We're down to the streetlight one. We need to go back a little bit. There we go. So we start out with Hedgerow Hollow, which is number 52. Hedgerow Hollow Mobile Home Park is in Smyrna, Delaware, and the extension will involve 50 equivalent dwelling units. The next map, I hope, is the Bowers Beach area. It's the Hane property on Bowers Beach Road in Frederica. It's proposing 1 EDU, 1 equivalent dwelling unit. The next should be Double Run area. It's the West Star property owned by the Kellers on South DuPont Highway in Felton. It's a 6-lot minor subdivision. And the Dover Interfaith on that same map, if you could go back please, is for 6 equivalent dwelling units. Next map should be Frederica West area. I have that this is, excuse me, I misspoke. The West Star property was a 6-lot minor subdivision, but it was not owned by the Kellers. This is the Keller properties. It is for 2 parcels on Midstate Road. It's 3 equivalent dwelling units. The last map is Magnolia North area. It's Creekside Reserve. It's involving 5 parcels on Locust Grove Road, 1 parcel on Cypress Branch Road, and it's for a 301-lot subdivision and adjacent parcels. There's adequate sewer capacity in the system to accommodate the proposals, and staff recommends the extension. The Sewer Advisory Board supported the proposal at its meeting on February 5th, 2025. And that concludes staff's recommendation. Commissioner Hertz?
Any questions? No questions from the commissioners? Commissioner Sweeney?
So, Diana, on the map for South DuPont Highway and Barney Jenkins Road, can you back up to that one, Mark? That one. So the green property just to the bottom of that, is that new apartment complex?
I'm sorry, Commissioner, I don't know the answer to that. The green areas are areas inside the Kent County Sewage Disposal
They're
District
already,
Number 1.
okay,
Yes.
that's all I wanted to make
The
sure.
orange area is a contract user.
Okay, got it.
So the green areas and the orange area are currently receiving sewer services from Kent County.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Ms. Gold? Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience here who would like to speak in favor of Resolution 4090? Please come forward.
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to speak in favor of Resolution 4090, please indicate by raising your electronic hand. I see no hands raised, Madam President.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to Resolution 4090?
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition to Resolution 4090, please indicate by raising your electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Okay, thank you. We'll close that portion of the public hearing. Mr. Hertz?
Okay, I make a motion to approve Resolution 4090, a resolution upon a proposal to extend Kent County Sewage Disposal District Number 1 pursuant to Section 4606, Chapter 46, Title 9 of the Delaware Code as amended for various areas to include Burtonwood Village area, Bowers Beach, Double Run area, Frederica West area, and Magnolia North area.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Scott. Any questions? Second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes, reasons stated, and no opposition.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes, reason stated by Commissioner Angel.
Mr. Scott?
Yes, reasons stated.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes, reason stated.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes, reason stated.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call states 7 yeas, no nays. Next public hearing, Mr. Scott, Resolution 4088.
Thank you, Madam President. Diana?
Chaseland subdivision is interested in forming a garbage collection district. It's a 206-lot subdivision, and there are currently 2 developers, and petitions were received from both developers. Staff is in support of this district formation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Questions for Ms. Gold? Thank you, Ms. Gold. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak in favor of Resolution 4088? Please come forward.
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to speak in favor of Resolution 4088, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. No hands raised, Madam President.
Is there anyone here who'd like to speak in opposition of Resolution 4088?
If you're joining us online and would like to speak in opposition to Resolution 4088, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Okay, thank you. With that, I'll turn it back to Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam President. Make a motion for Resolution 4088, a resolution establishing Chaseland Garbage Collection District, GCD number 194.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes, as presented in resolution, no opposition, and reasons stated. Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes, reasons stated.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, 7 yeas, no opposition. Next on for public hearing is Resolution 4091. Mr. Scott?
Thank you, Madam President. Diane?
Mark, this was the map that was later on that you had up initially. We had it's the same subdivision that we just previously talked about for the garbage collection district. This is forming the streetlight district for Chaseland subdivision. It's a 206-lot subdivision. The petitions were signed by the 2 developers, and staff is in support of this district formation.
Thank you, Diane.
Any questions for Mrs. Gold? Is there anyone here who would speak in favor of Resolution 4091? Please come forward.
If there's anyone joining us online that would like to speak in favor of this resolution, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. See no hands raised, Madam President.
Is there anyone here to speak in opposition of Resolution 4091? Please come forward.
Similarly, if you're online and would like to speak in opposition to this resolution, please indicate by raising an electronic hand. Still no hands raised, Madam President.
Back to you, Commissioner Scott, for a motion.
Thank you, Madam President. Make a motion for Resolution 4091, a resolution establishing Chaseland Streetlight District, SLD number 194.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes, as per resolution, no opposition, and reasons stated.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, 7 yeas, no nays. At this point, we'll close the public hearings and move in. Do we have any old business? First item on the agenda, Mr. Hertz, residential trash collection services contract.
Yeah, I got two motions tonight. I'll start with number one. Move to approve change order number one with BFI Waste Services LLC, Republic Services Incorporated to extend FY 2022 to FY 25 Kent County Residential Trash Collection Services contract through May 31st, 2026, with a 10% increase to the current unit prices.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Scott. Questions?
I have questions.
Commissioner Sweeney?
Ms. Colt, can you, so it says that they're going up 10% and that for each vendor, the one-year extension is estimated to be 2.7 million. That's an increase? The 2.7 million?
Yes.
What is the upcharge to our customers?
I did not bring that with us, but we had discussed that previously. I can make sure that I get that memo back out to you all.
Please.
Any other questions? Roll call, Ms. Tanaka?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Item number 2, Mr. Hertz?
I move to approve change order number one with Waste Industries of Delaware LLC, Casella Waste Systems Incorporated to extend FY 2022 to FY 2025 Kent County Residential Trash Collection Services contract through May 31st, 2026, with a 5% increase to the current unit prices.
Second motion?
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Angel. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, 7 yeas, no nays. Moving on to the next item, the ALS conversion bid award. Mr. Scott? No. Mr. Hertz?
Move to approve change order number 3 to the Commercial Trash Collections Services contract with BFI Waste Industries LLC, Republic Services, in the estimated amount of $73,906.20 with a unit price increase of 3% and a one-year contract extension until June 30th, 2026. Funds and services are budgeted in the annual budgets of the general fund and the sewer fund, and move to authorize the president of Levy Court to sign change order number 3.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hertz, second by Commissioner Scott. Questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call roll call states 7 yeas, no nays. Moving to the last item on old business, ALS conversion bid award. Commissioner Scott?
Thank you. Acting Director John Tinger.
Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you. This is the last step in the process to convert the 4 Tahoes that we acquired under state contract into emergency vehicles. Excuse me. We had advertised as per the county guidelines, and it was open. The one bid that we received was opened officially on February 24th. It was reviewed by the staff and found to be compliant with our bid package and the full scope of work, and we are recommending awarding the bid to Bams Hook and Hose Fire Company for a total of $126,926.80 to convert the 4 Tahoes.
Thank you, Mr. Tinger.
Any questions for Mr. Tinger? No questions? Mr. Scott?
Thank you, Madam President. I make a motion to approve the bid award to Barnes Hook and Hose Fire Equipment to convert 4 Chevy Tahoes into emergency response vehicles as specified in the invitation to bid package for a total cost of $126,926.80.
Second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Angel. Any questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, 7 yeas, no nays. Moving into new business, Mr. Hall, you have, or Commissioner Hall, you have a couple introductions.
Thank you, Madam President. Introduction of ordinance LC 25-02, impervious cover, non-residential. An ordinance to amend Kent County Code Volume 2, Chapter 205, zoning, as amended by revising Article 7, area and bulk requirements, paragraph 205-83, non-residential structure requirements in order to eliminate the maximum impervious coverage limit, for public hearing on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Secondly, introduction of ordinance LC 25-03, area and bulk regulations outside the growth zone, an ordinance to amend Kent County Code Volume 2, Chapter 205, zoning, as amended by revising Article 7, area and bulk requirements, paragraph 205-82, residential maximum impervious coverage limit, for public hearing on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025 at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Mr. Scott, or Commissioner Scott?
Thank you, Madam President. This time I'll move to go into executive session immediately following the business meeting for preliminary discussion on site acquisition for publicly funded capital improvement legal strategy session regarding collective bargaining or pending or potential litigation and personal matters pursuant to 29 Delaware C 10004B2, 4, and 9.
Madam President, do we have executive session tonight?
Not this evening.
Then you only have to read number 2.
Move to go into executive session immediately following the workshop on Tuesday, March 18th for preliminary discussion on site acquisition for publicly funded capital improvement legal strategy session regarding collective bargaining or pending for potential litigation, personnel matters pursuant to 29 Delaware C 10004B2, 4, and 9.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Sweeney. Questions? Roll call?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hertz?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Madam President, roll call reveals 7 yeas.
Roll call, 7 yeas, no nays. Do we have any information items? Commissioner Angel?
Thank you, Madam President. Just a reminder, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we have the City of Dover Police 100th anniversary. And then also, I have a detailed report. I'll wait for the DAC meeting in April to give you all. One was up on the Hill last week when I was in Washington. It was very informative. Thank you.
Any other information items? Do we have any public comments? Any commissioner comments? Oh. Ms. Gold?
Yes, I have a quick answer to Commissioner Sweeney's question. So the proposed blended rate for FY26 for trash service with yard waste is $390. That's a 6.8% increase over the FY25 rate. For trash service without yard waste, the proposed rate, blended rate, is $357.50. It's a 7% increase over the FY25 rate. They've not been adopted. I have emailed it to you all and included County Administrator Kevin Sippel on it.
Okay.
So those will need to be adopted as part of the budget.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Any other comments for Ms. Gold? I'm good. Any commissioner comments? Commissioner Pepper?
Yes, thank you. Way back when we were doing the ARPA funding, one of the things we did to be able to fund the volunteer firemen was consider them part of our Kent County infrastructure. And I've recently learned that a couple of the fire companies are doing additions, and the county is in the process of charging them fees for those additions. And it doesn't make sense to me that we give them money annually, and then we turn around whenever they do something to improve recruitment and retention or service to their communities, we turn around and take that money back from them. So in order to be consistent, and I think we need to consider them as part of our county infrastructure, since we don't have a paid fire system and service, and be able to waive those fees. And those fees can be absorbed throughout the community wherever these fire companies are located. I think it's the right thing to do, and I've talked to Commissioner Scott about this, and I believe we're going to be talking about it in the future. So I think it's the fair thing to do is to consider them a part of our infrastructure. If we're going to do it, let's be consistent. And I don't believe we would be charging ourselves who we're building something, so let's not charge the fire companies either.
Any other commissioner comments? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.